You've been praying for change. You've been praying for clarity or possibly open doors. And the Lord, He desires to give you the desires of your heart. And before He ushers you into the things that He has already prepared for you, He wants to first deal with how you see yourself. Because how you see yourself will dictate your limits in life, or it will unlock your future. So you may be someone that has struggled with identity all your life. Maybe you had some words spoken over you. Maybe you just struggled with just viewing yourself and seeing yourself how God sees you. And you've been praying for change and you desire change, and that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful, and that's of God. And He desires to give you those things, but He wants to deal with how you see yourself, because how you see yourself, He wants you to see yourself whole. He wants to see you to see yourself thriving and prosperous. And He wants you to know that He sees you and you are enough. God sees you and you are enough. I need you to put that in the comment area for me, because this message is for somebody that has been going through a lot in their life and has been through a lot. And you have always struggled with how God may see you because of maybe how society has labeled you, or maybe how situations and circumstances have changed your view of how you even see yourself. But the Lord is saying to you today, through this video, through this message, that He sees you and that He loves you. And no matter what you may have done in your past, no matter where you come from, it does not limit His love for you. And He looks past your mistakes and He sees your full potential. Did you know that your God, the God that you love, the God that you serve, He sees you whole and He sees you past the mistakes? I think sometimes we feel like when we do something or something happens to us, or we find ourselves in certain situations or circumstances, we feel like it's too late and we feel like we can't come back from it, or we feel like we so distant from God that He wouldn't want nothing to do with us. But that's farthest from the truth. God loves you. And not only God loves you, God looks beyond your mistakes and He sees your full potential. You may not see all that you're capable of being and becoming, but God already sees you as whole. He already sees you as delivered. He already sees you as redeemed and restored. Again, you might not be at that place just yet, and that's okay. But you have to get to the point to say, I am enough, and God sees me as enough, and that my past mistakes and the things that I done in my past, they don't defy what God sees in me. It does not speak about the becoming of the man or the woman that I'm growing into my maturity. It does not speak. Yes, it have influenced it, all for the greater of my good, because we know what's meant for evil or what is not of God. He know how to correct our crooked paths, right? And He know how to make it straight. So first of all, come into agreement and know that God sees you. And not only does He see you, He looks beyond your mistakes, and know that whatever you have been through, whatever you have done, it has not separated you from God, and you will never be too far from God. Nothing can ever separate you from the love of God that you can't come back from. And God doesn't see you as somebody broken. He does not see you as somebody that can't be healed, somebody that can't be delivered, somebody that can't be redeemed and restored. He sees you as that man and that woman that He has already created you to be. Okay. And then another thing, as you continue to prosper, as you continue to grow into the person that God has called you to be, how you see yourself matters. This is so big, y'all, because it's one thing for our best friends and our parents and our community to look at us and tell us they see greatness in us, right? It's different from them laying hands on us and say, we know that you have a calling upon your life. But if you don't see those things, I'm here to tell you, it will limit your life. And it will either limit you or it will unlock your future. So how you see yourself matters. So the question that I have for you today is, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself healed and not broken? Do you see yourself in freedom and not in captivity? Because how you see yourself is going to matter, okay? Because it does not matter how many words we get spoken over ourselves, right? It does not matter who may, speak life to us. If you don't see yourself as whole, if you don't see yourself as a child of God, if you don't see yourself as being somebody that God loves and God has called and God has a future and a hope for, then it's useless for your pastors to tell you something. It's useless for your siblings or your parents or whoever you have in your life speaking life to you to tell you something, because first of all, it has to start with you. And one thing that I have grown to know is how you see yourself will either catapult you into your future or it'll limit you. Because if you don't believe that you can be more and you can have more than what you have now, you will never outgrow the place that you at now. If you don't believe that better days are coming and the situation or the circumstances that you may find yourself in right now will eventually get better and latter days are still ahead of you, then you will remain in that same place. But if you trust that God has better for you, if you trust that healing is your portion, if you trust that I am whole and God is redeeming and God is restoring and I am called and God has a hope and a future for me, and I know that this situation or this circumstance is not going to take me out, that God, he has a plan for me. And no matter how hard it may seem and how hard it may feel, and no matter the darkness that may arise, I will come out. And not only would I come out, I will come out on top and redeem. So always remember, how you see yourself will either catapult you into your destiny or it will delay and it'll derail you. And you have to learn how to start seeing yourself as that person that you want to become. Don't wait until you actually see some of these things manifest in the physical. You take on those spirits right now. You take on those fruits right now. If you want healing in your body, you walk as a healed man or a healed woman. If you say, I want breakthrough, and you looking for breakthrough, you act like the breakthrough and you live like the breakthrough has already come upon your life, right? So either how you see yourself will either limit you or it will catapult you into your destiny, okay? And your value, and also know this, your value is unchanging. It does not matter what the world see you as. It does not matter what I may say to you. It does not matter what your boss may say to you. Your value is unchanging. Do you want to know why your value is unchanging? Because the world don't give you your value. Yes, they might try to label you. Yes, they might tell you what you can and cannot do based on your background, based on your gender, based on your bank account, based where you stay. But the reason why your value is unchanging is because God placed value on you. Your value and your worth comes from God. It does not come from man. And so if God said, I love you, you are a royal priesthood, a chosen nation, you have value, you are worthy, you are worth more than rubies. Listen to what your Father is telling you and know that you have value, and that your value does not come from physical things or people or environments or how people see you. Your value is unchanging because God gave you your value. And if God gave you your value, no man can tell you otherwise. And you are loved no matter what. Even when you feel small or unqualified, know that God still sees you and God still chooses you. Because it's going to be a lot of seasons, baby, in your life where you're going to feel small and you're going to feel unqualified for many of things that's going to show up in your life. But you got to navigate through that mindset. And you got to know that no matter what comes, that God still sees me and God still loves me. I want y'all to put that in the comment area, that God still sees me and God still loves me and I'm still chosen. That sometimes it gets like that. Sometimes we feel small in our own eyesight, especially when challenges come, especially when storms come. and we can't find the strength, and in our own capacity it just feel like it's too much. And when God, it seems like when God called us and he asks us to do certain things, it just feel like we underqualified. And especially if you find yourself being this person every now and then comparing what you have to somebody else. First of all, I want to tell you to stop it. That's one of the most dangerous things you can do to yourself, is compare yourself to somebody else. You are different and you are unique from that other person, and you will always be. You might be in the same field, you might be doing something similar, but always know that even though you might share something similar to somebody, that your experience is always going to be different. What happens in their life will always be different to what happened in your life. So in the seasons that you feel small, in the seasons that you feel unqualified, know that God still sees you and God still chooses you, no matter how unqualified or how small you may feel. I remember many a days when God reassured me that he called me, because I felt like I was unqualified to speak. As you guys know, I come from the South, Mississippi at that. And if you hear me talk, you see that my pronunciation and my grammar of words may be different, right? And I may come off as loud or mispronounce some grammar, but that's how I was raised. But God said, I still see you and you still qualified. You may be small in your own eyes, and over time with God that will change, right? And you may feel unqualified, but you still chosen and God still sees you. So just know that how you see yourself, it matters. It will always matter in this life, whether you got a close relationship with God or whether you still working on that relationship with God. And in order for you to get the abundance that God has for you, in order for you to live in the overflow and the prosperity, in order for that change externally to happen, and them open doors and that clarity and all the blessings that you want God to bestow upon you to meet you, you have to start seeing yourself how God sees you, as worthy, as valuable, as loved, as chosen, as irreplaceable. You're not replaceable. God chose you. God called you. God placed value on you. And man can't take that from you. Circumstances can't take that from you. So today, the Lord is saying it's okay to pray about open doors and pray about change and clarity and the blessings that you desire to have in your life. He's not mad at you for that, but he wants you to first deal with your identity. He wants to come in and he wants to help you deal with your identity in the way that you see yourself, because many a times we walk around with identities that we didn't even give ourselves. Sometimes our identities that we walk around with is given from our childhood, due to trauma, due to heartbreak, due to pain, divorce, relationships, just life in general, right? So we walk around with identities that we didn't even give ourselves, and we know God didn't even give it to us, so give it to us either. So that's what the Lord is saying to you in this season, in this moment, before he released those things, and he will bring it to you. He will bring it forth for you. He wants you to first work on your identity and work on acknowledging and accepting that you are loved and that you are chosen and that he sees you and he has called you and you have value and you have worth.